Hello, my name is Jim Shackleton. I'm the Assistant Dean of Teaching and Learning here at All Saints College, and welcome to our presentation for Year 9 and 10 course information. This presentation should give you some information that will aid you in the selection of subjects for 2021 for students who are currently in Year 8 entering Year 9 and Year 9 entering Year 10. If you have any questions about the content contained within this presentation, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at the college, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. In 2020, the college developed a new timetable model where students in 9, 10, 11 and 12 were gridded on a common framework to allow greater choice and flexibility with their studies. In 2021, this model will continue. There are a number of curriculum choices for all Year 9 and 10 students, with all of our option subjects open to students from both year groups. What that means is that within a class you may have students from either Year 9 or 10 or both. Students will study 8 option subjects over a 2-year period. Students in either year can apply for advanced placement in one or more courses. Students in Year 10 can commence an early ATAR pathway. Also in Year 10, students can apply to select vocational education and training courses. Choosing subjects is often a confusing and scary process for students because often they don't know where they're going or what they'd like to choose. For parents, it can cause some anxiety as well because we don't know what the end in mind is. So what is this journey that a student goes on through school? Let's start with the end in mind, which is our Year 12 graduation. What happens at the end of Year 12? First of all, students finish their school journey and graduate. In this sense, graduate means finish their time here at All Saints College. In addition to reaching that milestone, they may also achieve a West Australian Certificate of Education, known as a WACE. They may also leave with an Australian Tertiary Entrance rank. Or they may leave with a Vocational Education Certificate, usually a Certificate 2 or higher. They could leave with one of these things or a combination of these things. How do they get there? Well, there are 3 distinct pathways that a student may follow here at All Saints College. The first is the traditional university pathway that many parents would be familiar with. This is called the ATAR pathway. To get to this pathway, a student must study 4 or more ATAR subjects in Year 12 and meet certain requirements. The student will leave the college with a WACE and an ATAR. This will allow them for entry into university. A student may also follow a VET pathway, that stands for Vocational Education and Training. This is a combination of courses, including a Certificate 2 or higher in VET. The student leaves with that certificate and a WACE, but not necessarily an ATAR. The third pathway is the Gateway pathway. This is a combination of general subjects and less than 4 ATAR subjects, and certain requirements that are also met. The student leaves with their WACE, but not with an ATAR and not with a certificate. Note, although one pathway gives an ATAR, all 3 pathways can result in university entrance through alternative entry pathways. The method is quite different for each, and if you have questions about this, please do be in contact. Continuing on our Year 11 and 12 pathway. Students in Year 11 and 12 study up to 6 separate subjects, or courses. These courses, or choices, determine their pathway. As said before, they may be ATAR courses. ATAR courses are designed for students who are typically aiming to enrol in a university course directly from school. These courses will be externally examined and contribute to the achievement of their ATAR. We also have general courses. These are designed for students who are typically aiming to enter vocational-based training or the workforce directly from school. These courses are not externally examined, but they do have an externally set task set once a year. VET courses. These courses are designed for students aiming to enter further vocational training or the workforce directly from school. They include a full Australian Qualification Framework or AQF qualification, mandatory workplace learning, and contribute to the Certificate 2 requirement for a WACE. Of course, the all-important question that you'll have is, what should my student choose? Students in Year 11 and 12 have the opportunity to choose courses that reflect their strengths and their interests, as well as support their career aspirations. If they enjoy the courses they study, they are more likely to do well in them, and that is very, very important. Students who are forced into courses or choose courses that they don't enjoy often find the motivation very, very difficult to achieve. Therefore, the results do not follow. There are a wide range of courses and programs for Year 11 and 12 students that should suit the needs of most of our students. Students should choose courses appropriate to their ability level and the potential to achieve a result that provides benefit to them in the future. So what that means is don't choose courses that are too easy or too hard. Choose courses that are going to benefit you. How do they get there? Students will choose subjects for Year 11 and 12 typically midway through Year 10 or Year 9 if they're on an advanced placement pathway. The college will make recommendations based on their academic performance in their Year 10 subjects. However, the choice lies with the student. Parents should note that curriculum in Year 8 to 10 supports what is taught in Year 11 and 12, but it is not examinable content. Just to be clear, that means that something that is taught, for example, in Year 9 science is not required information for Year 11 chemistry. Something that is taught in Year 9 geography is not required for Year 12 geography. The courses are standalone and give you background knowledge only. In Year 8 to 10, students will study a broad spectrum of courses deliberately designed to give them a wide variety of experiences and knowledge. Our timetable. Our common grid lines that we have adopted mean that students are able to seek advanced placement or pursue their options when they're in Year 9 or Year 10. Students will choose 8 option subjects that they may wish to study from the list available. Students will be allocated 2 Semester 1 options, 4 periods a week for the semester, and then are allocated 2 Semester 2 options, 4 periods a week for the semester each. Please note that options are not linked to year groups, meaning again that students may find themselves in a class with students from a different year group, and we cannot guarantee placement into any particular option subject. The timetable is incredibly complex, and we're not able to guarantee entry into a specific course. Here's a couple of versions of how the option model may look for your student. The standard model that most students would adopt shows them doing 2 options a semester, 4 periods a week for each. Over the course of their year, they'll have 320 periods of option subjects. Languages subjects are needed to be taken for the entire year due to the complexity of languages and how important it is to remain current in using that language. So what that means is, in simple terms, is that the language takes up 1 of the option periods per semester, allowing 1 free spot in semester 1 and 1 free spot in semester 2. The number of total option periods are still 320, but languages take half of that. For Year 9 students in 2021, they have the standard courses with increased elective options and the opportunity to seek advanced placement in 1 or more courses. For example, a Year 9 student may wish to pursue higher studies in mathematics by studying Mathematics 10. Year 10 students in 2021 will have their standard courses with their increased elective options. They have advanced placement opportunities in 1 or more ATAR courses, or they may seek advanced placement in a vocational education and training course. A natural question that comes up when talking about subject selection in Year 9 and 10 is that should my child consider advanced placement? Advanced placement is an option if a student is achieving very high results in a particular learning area and is encountering a lack of challenge with the content at that year level. If this is something that you think will interest your student, please discuss this option with Ms. Hill or myself, and we'll provide you further information about how this works. Just a couple of notes on options. Please note that our options are designed to broaden students' perspectives by giving them a variety of experiences and learning opportunities. However, it's very important that I reinforce this point, that they are not set prerequisites for Year 11 and 12 study. For example, if your child wants to study physics in Year 11 and 12, there is absolutely no requirement for them to study STEM. If they're keen on becoming an accountant and studying accounting and finance subjects at Year 11 and 12, they do not have to do money matters as an option. We cannot guarantee placement in an option class, and it's very important to note that you do not have to do an option subject to lead into a Year 11 and 12 pathway. The only exception to this rule is usually in the languages area. This graphic shows the units that would be required for a Year 9 student, or could be required for a Year 9 student in 2021. Each of our 4 areas of English, Maths, Science and Humanities, sometimes known as MESH subjects, have at least one option, and some have more than that. English has 2 levels, English Empowerment and English Engagement. Mathematics has, in order, Mathematics Essentials, Mathematics Applications, Mathematics Methods, and Mathematics Specialist for our top performing students in Year 9. Science and Humanities have 1 each. In light blue you can see the advanced placement options. A student in Year 9 may wish to move into an advanced English placement. A student who is excelling in Year 8 Maths may seek to move into an advanced placement in Mathematics. Likewise for Science and Humanities. This graphic gives you an idea of some of the options that are available for Year 9 and 10 students that have been proposed for 2021. Further details on each of these options can be found in the Year 9 and 10 Curriculum Handbook, which is available on MyASC. An accompanying video promoting each of the subjects will also be available on MyASC. But what you can see from this is that there are a number of different options in different subject areas. When it comes to Year 10, students have a little bit more options available for them in their curriculum areas. English has 3 levels, beginning with English Empowerment, then leading into English Engagement, or for our literature-bound students, English Enhancement. They may also seek advanced placement in either literature or English in Year 11 level. Mathematics has again the 4 levels of Mathematics Essentials, Applications, Methods and Specialist, with advanced placement options available. Science now has 2 pathways. Science Gateways is designed for those students who are looking at a vocational education and training pathway or are not interested in ATAR science in Year 11 or 12. Science 10 is for students who want to keep their options open and looking for study science subjects in the future. They may also wish to study or seek advanced placement in biology, chemistry, human biology, physics or psychology. Humanities has 1 level in Year 10, but also 5 advanced placement options of geography, politics and law, modern history, accounting and finance, or economics. As well as their MESH subject areas, students may wish to apply for advanced placement in VET or in the other curriculum areas. Some of the units that they might apply for are things like a Certificate 2 in Creative Industries, Certificate 2 in Hospitality, Applied Languages, or a Certificate in Sports Coaching. Other advanced placement units they may wish to look at are things like AIT, Advanced Information Technology, Computer Science, Contemporary or Western Art Music, Dance, Design Photography, Drama, French, Physical Education Studies, or Visual Arts, just to name a few. So now we get to the important stuff. What is the selection process? Students currently in Year 8 will be guided through this process by their tutor. Students in Year 9 will meet with their head of house. Using our computer program known as EdVal, students will select firstly their Maths, English, Science and Humanities option for 2021. From the available options in our curriculum handbook, they will then choose 8 options for both semesters. As previously mentioned, we cannot guarantee entry into any particular option, so students should choose carefully. Step 3 is that some students may wish to apply for advanced placement. If this is the case, complete an advanced placement form for Year 10 courses, Year 9 courses, or VET courses. Step 4 is to meet with a mentor. This will be, as I said previously, the tutor for Year 8 students or the head of house for Year 9 students. They will discuss and work you through a personal pathway planner plan. Then you submit your options online. Once all the options and all the subjects have been entered from all of the students in Year 9, 10, 11 and 12, we'll then be able to generate the timetable grids. Student timetables will not be available until the new academic year. To help you understand what you should choose or where it leads you, let's have a look at a couple of sample programs. First one is for a typical ATAR bound student. In Year 9, they choose what we might call the standard MESH options. They choose Methods, Empowerment for English, Science and Humanities, and from their 8 options that they selected, they're allocated 4. In Year 10, again, they study Methods 10, English Empowerment 10, Science 10, Humanities 10, and from the 8 options that they choose, they are allocated 4 option subjects. In Year 11, from this pathway, they choose 6 ATAR subjects and complete those 6 subjects in Year 12. This possibly leads to a university course, science, engineering, medicine, humanities, or business. It leaves the options wide open. You can see that in Year 11 and 12 they're studying subjects such as methods, which is a highly desirable prerequisite for many high-level courses, English, chemistry and physics, again desirable prerequisites, computer science, and politics and law as their humanities. A really well-rounded program. Sample 2 is what happens if you seek advanced placement in mathematics. So in Year 9, this student has chosen to accelerate in both mathematics and science. From their 8 options, they only have 3 because they've chosen to do French, which takes up 2 options across the entire year. In Year 10, because they accelerated in Year 9, they move into methods and chemistry early. Again, because they're doing French, they have 3 options. In Year 11, they complete Year 12 methods and Year 12 chemistry from their 6 subjects that they study. In Year 12, they drop a subject and have a directed study line, and may wish to pick up a new subject. In this case, this student has picked up economics for the first time. This again would lead to a university course, science, engineering, or possibly even languages due to the French. Here's another sample program for a vet student. In Year 9, the student has chosen their mesh subjects, and they have been given 4 of their 8 options in Year 9. In Year 10, they have decided to do a Certificate 2 in Creative Industries seeking advanced placement. They get 4 of their 8 options, complete their Year 12 certificate in Year 11, and decide to do an off-campus certificate in hospitality, that's indicated in grey. In Year 11, they do 5 subjects, which are general, and their off-campus certificate in hospitality as well. This possibly leads to TAFE, post-school employment, or even university via an alternative pathway. They would have achieved a Certificate 2. In fact, they have achieved 2 Certificate 2s, and they would have achieved a WACE, but not an ATAR. Sample Program 4 is another vet certificate pathway, but this time not through advanced placement. They are doing their 4 mesh subjects in Year 9, 4 of their 8 options that they selected from their selection process. Year 10 is very similar. In Year 11, they've gone with Mathematics Essentials General, English General, Integrated Science General. They've chosen a certificate, Food Science Technology General, Outdoor Education General, and an off-campus certificate. So they're doing 2 certificates. In Year 12, they complete the 2 certificates or do a higher level certificate and their Year 12 subjects. Again, TAFE, employment, or a university through alternative pathway. Another idea might be an arts specialisation. So for example, this student in Year 9 has their standard subjects, but they've chosen heavily in the arts area in their Year 9 options. Year 10, again standard subjects, but you can see heavily in the arts, and have decided to do drama ATAR as a Year 10 student. In Year 11, they complete their Year 12 drama course, which gives them a directed study line in Year 12. I should point out that students in Year 11 are required to study 6 subjects. However, all students in Year 12 have the option to have at least 1 study line and study 5 ATAR subjects or 5 general subjects, or a combination of both. This pathway could use a university, an arts course, or even WAPA. Another example is what we call a gateway pathway. This student is studying our lower level maths, English, Science and Humanities in Year 9. 4 of their 8 options that they chose. Year 10, same deal. In Year 11, they're going with a mixture. They're going with Mathematics Essential, which is a general course, English ATAR, Biology ATAR, Geography ATAR, General Outdoor Education, and Physical Education Studies. So 3 ATAR subjects, 3 general. They drop one of those in Year 12, which was their PE studies, and they finish with 3 ATAR and 2 general. Now that will not give them an ATAR because you have to do 4 ATAR subjects to achieve an ATAR, but they will receive a WACE for this. They possibly lead to TAFE or university via an alternative pathway, or finally. Now I'd just like to lead you through the course counselling and mentoring process that your student will undertake. Year 8 students at the moment will go through a course selection process outlined by their tutor in tutor groups. They will then meet with the tutor individually and go through some course counselling sessions. The student will select courses for 2021. They'll either choose not to select advanced standing, which will basically push them straight through to submitting web preferences, or they go through the advanced placement process. Year 9 students will meet with their head of house, and they have 3 pathways. If they require a standard pathway, they go straight through selecting their 4 mesh subjects, their 8 potential options straight through to our EdVal program. If you want to go through VET, you will submit a VET application and meet with a separate counsellor about that. If you wish to apply for advanced placement, you will go through that pathway. These will be fully explained by the head of house when these processes commence. We have 2 personal pathway planners that we'd like students to work through. The first one is where a student does not have a career or a post-school goal in mind. The idea of this document is to help guide the students in their thinking and also you as parents through what they might potentially need to get to. So we start off with what their interests are, what they'd like to study over the next couple of years. List some academic goals, what a potential ATAR they might need to achieve this goal, and what they'd like to do after school. This document helps guide our process for the future. Some students, however, have a very clear goal in mind of what they'd like to achieve. So in this model, we start with that goal, stating what the ATAR is and what we'd like to do. And then we step it backwards through Year 12 to get there, Year 11, Year 10, Year 9, through to our interest in Year 8. As you can see from this graphic, there is a dazzling number of options that are available over the next couple of years. Students are obviously not expected to study all of them, but careful guidance through this process should see a student who can select a suite of subjects that suits their interests and ability levels. As well as our academic options, we also have our co-curricular opportunities. These are available through roll call on MyASC, and I'm sure you're familiar with this process. However, if you have any questions about our co-curricular opportunities, please do be in touch. From here, students will meet with a counsellor. As previously advised, the Year 8s will meet with their tutor and the Year 9s with their head of house. Should you have any further information about this process, please do not hesitate to be in touch. Thank you.